Hi everyone and welcome back. Welcome to my another playlist which is on SvelteKit. I already covered another playlist which is on Svelte.js, and then I started talking about SvelteKit, which is the SSR framework on Svelte.js. In 2022 I created a couple of videos and then I didn't create much content, but now it's 2023. I wanted to finish this playlist with Big Bang type of projects. So let's get started. I mean, we already have a couple of videos already available which you can go through, but now I want to give you a quick restart because the SvelteKit has gone through a couple of changes. It's not like there is a big bang changes, but it's good that we start from the scratch, like how to create a very basic application, what is SvelteKit and all. I'm not going to go into the introduction because we have already done that, like what is SvelteKit, what is Svelte.js. There is a big playlist already there. Coming to our topic, right? What is SvelteKit? SvelteKit is a framework which is used for rapidly development, blah blah blah. It is built on top of Svelte.js. It is SSR, same as the Next.js, same as the Nuxt.js. Every framework has its own advantage, disadvantage, and own way of doing things. But it's all divided into two segments: client-side rendering and server-side rendering. We have a different framework for client-side rendering like React, React and React, Svelte.js, and there is one more Angular, and couple of more frameworks are available. In the server-side rendering, all those framework has their own version of set of frameworks. Like React provided Next, Svelte.js provided SvelteKit. Similarly, Next, which is provided by Vue.js. Sorry, I forgot the name. Vue.js is providing Next for the server-side rendering. Okay, I'm not going through the tutorial because you are good at reading the documentations and you can easily go through that. What I will do is, what are the things we need to talk about in the SvelteKit? We will talk about the routing in the SvelteKit, which is available in almost all server-side framework, like how to create the routes, because it's not a single page application. Every routes will be responded by server. So we'll talk about routing, how we load the data, which acts as like a client-side rendered data or client-side loaded data or server-side loaded data. Because if the data is rendered from the server, then it is a server-side function. Form actions, page actions, how to deploy this to the different platform, Lambda Edge function, or Netlify, Vercel, Heroku, Cloudflare, and I mean there are a lot of other options. It's like you just need to write a custom adapter or use the adapters provided by the SvelteKit to deploy your SvelteKit app. Okay, so creating a basic project is fine. When you create a basic project, it uses the latest changes for the SvelteKit. So what we are going to do is, this is the GitHub repository. First of all, this is same as the Lana. I mean, you don't need to worry about the setup. It's like inside apps, you will see all the different apps we are going to put inside it, different examples, different samples, and different demo applications to talk about all the different features of SvelteKit. Okay, and this is where we just talk about a little bit on the documentations, and I'm going to add all these to this SvelteKit playlist. Okay, I'm really excited to talk about SvelteKit because I was trying to do this since a long time, and now this is the time where I will start doing it. And I can also build, I'm using SvelteKit in Uber Eats clone app. This is like a full stack clone I'm building, and one part of the front end I'm going to write in the SvelteKit. I will be using the routing, layouts, loading the data, form actions, and page options, all these concepts in that application. So it's all about learn by doing things. Okay, so if we talk about simple project structure, this is how it goes. We can also take a look onto the simple CLI application. I mean, this is a sample hello world app you can save. You can save when you create a simple application. So cd apps, and this is starter CLI. I think I already have node modules, so I will just go to the package.json. I mean, you just execute a command and you will see this whole setup already available to you. It is using Vite, a development platform, to compile, to build, to run this on the server. Okay, earlier they used to be rollup, but now it's migrated. This is the SvelteKit latest version we are using, and it is using Svelte, and obviously we are using it with the TypeScript. And I think this is not using Tailwind. We can introduce it, and other dependencies are all about prettier, ESLint TypeScript parsers, cookies, and adapter. I mean, we'll talk about it, but it's a adapter auto because we haven't defined the platform. We wanted to deploy it to the Netlify, Vercel, Heroku, or Lambda Edge. So it's just using the auto adapter, which is a default Node.js, I think. And it is using SvelteKit as a plugin. And this is Vite. You can see these two configs. So adapter is the default adapter, which is coming with the CLI, and this is the Vite config, which is initializing the SvelteKit app. And what else we have? Let's go to the source. Now this is important. Here we do have the routes. So inside source we will see the routes, and these routes will be rendered as independent routes. Let's say, because my application, how it looks like on the platform, myapp.com, but what I want is this should render the login, right? This should render the reset password. So these all are actually server-side routes. We are talking about server-side rendering. It's not a single page application where / will render the single page application and then we just do the client-side routing to change the pages on the body. No, it's whenever you hit the request or when you reload the page, the whole template gets rendered from the server every time you reload the page. Okay, so let's say the blog. So for this, what will happen is, if your route is blog, we will put routes blog here, and inside that blog we will put page.svelte and page.ts or page.js based on if you are using TypeScript or not. And the layout, if you want to define the layout for that. Okay, let's see what will happen when I just hit root. So we are talking about this particular route. Let me write it so it makes it more clear. What will happen when I hit /? From this example, if you see the source directory, what do you have here? Here you have a layout, and every files are prefixed with this layout plus. So here you have a layout.svelte. Okay, then you have plus page.svelte and plus page.ts. I mean, every file, whatever you see, like the plus layout, plus page.server, plus page.svelte, plus page.ts, they are designed for particular purpose. Layout, okay, obviously from the name it's used for defining the layout for your root page layout, because it's inside src directory. Page.svelte, this is the content, or this is the template your root page is going to render, and this is some logic or some data which we can feed. I mean, we can define the client side load function inside this, which will feed the data to the page.svelte. That's it. Now what you will do is you will create a folder. Let's say I create a folder blog, and inside the blog again I will do is I can just define my layout.svelte. I can define my plus page.svelte, and if I want to load some data which is client side data, then I can just do page.ts with load function. And if you have like some dynamic parameters, then I think you can use slug or anything, the id slug or whatever, and you start defining the same files here. So let's say you wanted to go to a particular blog, you will go to this particular route. Okay, these are like very basic stuff for any SSR framework, and they behaves like in the same way, whatever you see. Let's run this, npm run dev. Looks like I need to do npm install, or I need to change the version. Let's see what version I'm using, and switch your version to 16.18.0. and I need to check, do I have, okay, things are running. First I will do npm run build, so it is executing Vite build, and you can see all the pages. Let's see what all routes has been configured. I Yes, you can see here the about page is there, then this is another route, and these are the chunks has been compiled, and you can see the speed of compilation. If you compare the Next.js or any other thing, Vite is really very powerful. Now I will do just npm run dev, and it will give me my application running on this route. Okay, it's like a starter app. I will not talk much about it. It's like when you do a use CLI, it will give you something like this. So it's like different routes, home, about. These are three different SSR routes. Okay, this is the home layout. So what we did is, inside home folder we have created plus page.svelte. Same inside about folder we have created plus about.svelte. Same for this one, right? Like if you see the code, about we have page.svelte and page.ts. If you wanted to just put some content inside this, this is like a different routes, how to play, and then you have page.svelte, page server.ts. It's like, okay, it should have, because this is page server load, this is server side data which is being provided to the component, and you can define the actions and all. And here this is the counter dot svelte. So this counter component is only on the home page, so there is no folder for it, right? So inside page.svelte we are importing counter, and counter is getting rendered here and doing its whatever is defined inside a counter. It's like a simple incremental counter, and obviously you need some knowledge of how Svelte.js works. That's it. I mean, you just put a script tag, you put your templates, and rest all is the functions, how you define functions, how you define variables, how you pass the data from parent to the child component, how you watch for a particular value, how we define the stores and state management in the Svelte.js, because SvelteKit is just a framework which is using Svelte.js for writing the components. And app.html, here we are injecting the content inside this div. So this is a simple application, and this is a simple CLI, right? So you will see what kind of files you see: plus page.svelte, plus page.ts, plus page.server.ts, right? And these are just like components, not the routes, which are getting rendered on the home page. This is the about, you see, this is the component, about component, and this is the page.ts, which will feed the data to this component. Okay, and the layouts, do we have layouts here? Yes, this is the root layout. I mean, how the root page looks like, and every page will follow this, whatever is coming inside the root layout. You can reset the layout for a particular page, but when you hit /, it will already have a header. This is like the this.props.children slots are means this is where your child components will be projected, and this is the footer, and some stylings we have added. So the header will be always there for the root layouts, and here we have some another layout for this component, and this component, I mean, you can just altogether change the layout. Here also we have a header, but I think I changed some styling and layouts, some styling for the flex and all for this component. You can see this is home, this is root, this is using the root layout, and here I have switched the layout. So the home page, and I think a lot of things has been changed, the body part and all. This is just a counter. Okay, so this is just a basic CLI app you will get with your SvelteKit. Now what we will do is we will start talking more about how to define the routes, how to define the page actions, the load function, the client side data fetching, the server side data fetching in the components from the next video onwards.